to provide, you know, if this horse doesn't fit the bill, we gotta go get a different one. A lot of times we have to make do with what we got.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like I've done a lot of stuff with horses that shouldn't have been able to do it, just because, I mean, that's what I had, right? Where like when you get to a certain level or to a certain place, you're able to, you know, if a horse doesn't fit the bill, you just go get another one. They're more disposable, I guess.
Yeah.
Which is not a good thing for the whole industry. I don't know how to fix that yet. But I mean, it frustrates breeders, it frustrates, you know, everybody. Like, you push the futurities back, you know, to 5 years old. But then what you're gonna have happen is people are gonna just pound on those horses longer. You know, they're gonna start them at the same time, but they're just gonna train them longer. I don't know what the answer is to any of this. But all I know is, you know, like, just the more of us that are aware and do the right thing, I think the better. There. He's getting close to ride. I mean, for Jeannie to ride.
Yeah, yeah.
There we go. Look at that. There. Not so dumb. Quite smart. Whoever calls a cow or a horse dumb has usually been outfoxed by them. They've been outsmarted. Oh, that wasn't very good. See his shoulders stick out, eh? As he was going through that turn, he was already pushing out that way. There you go, buddy. One more good left turn and we'll go do something else. Oop. And the biggest thing is not to panic. If I would have panicked there, he would have panicked. I stayed relaxed. I let him just think about it. Oh, that was terrible. One more each way there, buddy. He's not really focused on me, hey G? And until he's focused on me, I'm not even gonna bother getting on him. Because if it's bad on the ground, it's gonna get worse. There. You gotta walk before you run. Ooh. There we go. You're just looking for a way out, aren't you, buddy? He's just thinking right now. See that shoulder, Jeannie? He's just bulging it out. Be patient here. If I leave no other option, what are they going to do? They don't really have another option but to do it. We just have to wait, right? So he did it there. I just closed all the doors. So I didn't allow him to walk off. I didn't allow him to actually bow that shoulder out. I made sure that the only thing he could do was to step across nicely with that front end. Almost. So he tried to walk off again. Tried to walk off. I'm just guiding him in the direction I want him to go. Letting him think about it. It's going to be easier for him to step across than anything. He's just kind of getting himself in a bind right there. Want to push off, or push that shoulder out. Want to push that shoulder out. The only option is to step across. Okay. Closing all other doors. There! Oh, you got the rain in your mouth too. So I just closed all the other doors, so it was no other option but to step across. We're good to get on. I think any more of this, we're just gonna start pissing them off. Anybody? So now this is my running martingale, and this is another tool that I started using for self-preservation. So it doesn't have contact until a horse goes to stick its head up in the air. You know, if they're to run off on me or something like that. Because it's a bad feeling when a horse sticks their head in there, and because you have no power, no control, no nothing. And I've had my share of wrecks when that happens. And again, I start everything with spurs, just so that they know what they are. It's not that I'm hooking on them, it's how you use them. So same idea, I want that step to hip out, step out, hip, step, hip to step out. There. He's chewing on my foot, more or less distracting me from actually getting his feet to move where I want them to go. I'm just trying to get him to move his hip and release. Working on that foundation that I started with. Move that hip. I gave him a little tap with this rein on his butt. So what that did too, that's going to prepare him for, you know, when I'm actually riding him, he's going to know what a little smack is. Nothing's worse than when you're on him and you want more speed, but he doesn't know what a rein is, just to kind of give him that little tap. It's not going to, you know, big time surprise him. I've done all the steps until here. I would feel bad to make somebody else jump on. So as soon as I get on, like, I don't want to, like, it's business as usual. I'm still trying to move his feet. I don't want him to all of a sudden think, oh, hey, you're sitting on me now. This feels different. I want him to be like, oh, we're still moving my feet, controlling my feet. Yeah, there you go, buddy. I guess I want to take the lead, right? Like I want to be guiding. I don't want him to take the reins and decide what we're doing. I want to be the one that's deciding what we're doing. And again, the spurs aren't doing anything. It's my calves. So now I'm just gonna keep playing. I'm gonna move the hip. And then I'm gonna cross over the front end. There. And I'm gonna move the hip. Because that's when I gain control, right? Control of speed. There. Cross over the front end. And this is the sticky side he had on the ground too, so I'm not gonna expect it to be real good. There. Yep. Cross over that front end. Hey, Jeannie, we've almost got a spin, eh? It's all that good foundation work. So he's got a little bit of that saltiness in him. He's swishing his tail. He's pissed off. So I'm just gonna have to be wary of that. Because I don't want to push things farther than I have to. I want to be able to put him on a good note. I am on him today, but I don't want to overdo it, right? So I did lots of that turning away from me, and I'm going to use that same thing on my first rides. I'm going to use the fence to turn into, because when he switches directions, he has to slow down, right? And it's only one rein that I'm pulling on. It's not that I'm stopping and backing him up. One rein's easy for him. One rein. So he understands pulling one way. He still has a little bit of trouble with both. So I'm not gonna over exaggerate that, because you can really scare a horse if they run away and pull on both hands, right? And this isn't the time to be scaring. This is the time to be just going for a ride and letting him enjoy himself. And hey, buddy. Building that confidence. Him trying to rub me off into the panel, that's another tactic he's trying to do. Which way would you rather your horse go, Jeannie, if they're gonna buck, left or right, or run away? Left or right?
To the right. I guess.
To the right? Yeah, I'm to the left. If I'm gonna have something going to buck, I would rather them to the left than to the right.
Because,
It's my preferred side. I have no idea why.
okay.
I don't have a reason for it. I just know most horse people have a preferred.
The side.
Are you right-handed or left?
Right.
Right, yeah. That's interesting. I have heard, no, because I'm right-handed, I balance on my left side, but I've heard lots of people right-handed want to go right.
Yeah.
There you go.
So if he runs off and you want him to stop, you got a one range stop and you're pushing
Oh
his
yeah,
hips over.
you know, like right now, because he's so green and stuff, if he runs off, like I'm just gonna pull him into the rail, into the fence, and then go the other way.
Okay.
And then go the other way, so that I don't have to grab with both, or else pull him to the inside of the circle. With him, I'll just almost make it my idea that he, you know, if he did run off, I would make it my idea, and I just keep going with him and just not even worry about it. Now I'm going to start building. So it's the same as the lope. It was the same as the trot. I want to just get a little bit, and then I'm going to break them down to the walk. A couple steps, so you can get confident. Just a couple steps, and I pulled him into the fence. I didn't panic. So he could have run off on me there, but I was prepared to just shut him right down again. And it ended up not being that big of a deal. There. See there, he almost wanted to scoot off again. But it was less than the first time. There he's trying to go. Just gonna pull him into the fence. Not a big deal. He's not. Pull him into the fence. And he gets really tossing his head, hey? So I'm really glad I got this running martingale on. Because when he gets really tossing, he can't really go anywhere. Speeding up a little bit more than I wanted. I'd like him to just kind of hold that speed and even almost break down. You know, like if I'm not hustling him, I want him to slow down. I want to build kind of the opposite of what we built with your good horse. I want to have to be riding this guy for him to go anywhere for now. And then as the training develops, I'll build that back into him, but I'd rather build this first. There you go. There. He spotted me. Kind of coming around here, he spotted me. He was like, I don't know about this. So I just pulled him down, went the other way. There we go. Hey, look at how much more confident he's getting. More and more all the time. Until he gives me a nice steady trot, I'm not going to let him keep trotting and speed up on me. I want him to keep coming down. Because that head toss, that's a refusal, right? I don't like refusals. I want to make sure he's completely accepting of what I'm doing. There we go. So much better. We're almost there. You see how he slowed down there for me? He geared down a little bit. Took a little bit of a hold and release. There. That's exactly what I wanted. He's thinking about coming back now. That's good. That means he's relaxed. Jane.
Hello.
Good.
How's it going? Good, good.
How's it going? So far, so great. So good.
This is good. Now he doesn't want to go forward. Like, I'd rather him me having to push him a little bit than me having to pull him down. And this head tossing, that's just him being frustrated. He's like, well, you don't let me run off, you don't let me do this, you don't let me do that, I'm gonna just do this. But I'm just ignoring it, right? Not making a big deal out of it. Because I know his body feels good, so I'm just gonna allow that for right now.
How would you fix it?
What's that?
The head bob. You said you're allowing.
What's there to fix? It's not a problem yet, right?
Yeah.
It's not an issue. The worst thing I could do is try to fix it right now. If I tried to fix that right now, I would cause more problems than I would be fixing. His feet are moving the right speed. He's got a nice cadence. He's not, like he's not bucking, he's not whatever. He's thinking about slowing down. He's working his mouth. He'll quit here in a second. And he's on a loose rein. So if I was to pull on him and he was doing that just when I pulled on him, then I would just be able to hold a steady pressure. And once he would quit, then I would release on him. There, see how it went away? There a little bit, but not bad. So I pulled on him lightly. He's tossing a little bit. So I'm just gonna hold steady until he quits. There. Steady
Wow.
Until he quits. There. There. It's just how it's a feel. If they're traveling around and you're having to hold on them and they're throwing their head, then you gotta keep that steady pressure. But because I had a loose rein, it was something that I didn't need to deal with. Pick your battles. So I just want a nice trot this way. I like it. Really like it. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. There we go. Yeah, he's pretty near done. Steady. So I haven't pulled back to stop with both hands yet. So this is gonna be that first one. There. Because I was always just using that one rein, right, Jeannie? So now he knows, what happens when he pulls with the one rein. So now he's able to accept both reins a lot easier. If I would have just jumped in there and went pulling on him with both like this at the beginning, he would have got scared and he wouldn't have understood it. It's one of those pick your battles, right? So it wasn't something that I wanted to get into yet. And to teach him how to do that, it's easier when he's tired too. Hey, Dingling. I like chewing on my rein. So he's just kind of hiding there, right? It's not really that he's trying to do anything, he's just trying to find somewhere that he doesn't have to work. Must be a union. Okay, we'll do a couple more hips and shoulders and then, yeah, he's done. Hey, back up. There. I'll move that front end. So again, not giving him any other options, just closing all those other doors until he steps across to that front end. And all I'm gonna just keep, there, that was a step. Hey, don't lay down. When he gives me a step again, I'll release on him. There. So this is definitely the end of the day because he's starting to get frustrated and trying to look for different ways out. So I just want to get a good, one more good step across for the front end, and then I'm going to leave him. Because if I went to start loping on him or you know, expand it anymore, we'd be another hour. There, very nice. We'd be another hour and he would, you know, I don't think we would have gained much. There. That's better. There, perfect. Perfect, perfect. And then just when I start them, I make sure I do, if I get on one side, I'm going to get off the other side. Just because they, you never know who they're going to end up with in the future. The next person might not know what side to get on. Pretty good second day, other than wanting to rub on me. There. It's good, eh?
Amazing.